Namaste beloved friends, welcome back to Beyond Traveling. Today this video is very important for all of you. So many people used to ask me that tell us some important technique, tell us like which is most powerful technique which I can practice. So many people want to practice the meditation but they don't know which technique to follow. So if you Google it, if you YouTube it, you will find so many techniques of meditation. So it creating the confusion like what technique to follow, what not to follow. If you look at the tantras, there are lots of technique. If you look at the yoga, there is lots of technique. There are lots of variety of technique. There are different masters who develop their own technique. Some technique are very active when you are in which you have to move your body. Some techniques are completely passive where you are not doing anything, and some technique belong to the mantra, some technique belong to the visualization, some technique belong to the breath. So there are lots of technique. So people get confused that what to follow and what to not follow. So this video all about to clarify and to clear your all the doubts. So let's try to understand the goal of any meditation technique. Okay, so all the technique of meditation is leading us to the state of silence, to the no mind state. Okay, so suppose you can imagine a mountain and there are the different paths going to the peak of the mountain, and in the peak of the mountain there is a complete space, there is a complete silence. So some people travel from this direction, some people travel from this direction, some people travel from this direction, some people take this round circle, and some people go with the flight. So there are the different ways to reach at the peak of the mountain, and all these meditation techniques are just the path, just the ways, just the technique, just the tools to get to you that state. So understanding this, now you can apply it in your life. So any technique you follow, the technique will give you that space, that silence, that calmness, that quietness, that inner side when you are completely resting with yourself, that you are completely happy with yourself. Okay, so this is one way of seeing the technique. And second way of seeing the things, like the people, if you divide this whole everything into the three parts. So we can divide into the three part. One is the masculine part, one is the feminine part, one is the neutral part. So I'm not talking about the physical body, I'm not talking about this gross body. The inside maybe you are female, so outside maybe you may be male, but inside you have more feminine quality, and maybe you in outside you are feminine, you are female, but inside you have the masculine qualities. And maybe you are in the balance, when maybe you are in the complete balance where you are not masculine, where you are not feminine, you are in the balanced state. So let's talk about this. So when you understand this, you will know which technique is good for you. So suppose if you have the quality of the feminine, the inside quality, not the physical body. So if you have the feminine quality, what is the feminine quality? You have more surrender, you have more acceptance, you have more love. Okay, so maybe and also feminine quality have this thing. So if you got some thoughts, if you got some desires, you are going towards them. Okay, you are completely going towards your thoughts, towards your desire. This is one of the quality of the feminine. So you have the thoughts, maybe feelings, maybe emotions, and you are completely going towards them. You are not thinking is this right or wrong. You are completely involving with your thoughts, with your feelings. Or maybe you have more love, more compassion, more this kind of surrender qualities. So this is the quality of the feminine. And on the other hand, the male, the masculine quality have the control. They want to control their desires, they want to control their thoughts, they want to control to everything, they want to fight. They have this kind of energy inside that they want to do something, they want to do something, they can't sit silently. So the female If you have feminine quality inside, you choose the technique which are normally sitting, which are more in the love and kindness, more on the tantric techniques. Okay, more on the tantric technique, more on the practicing on the love, on your emotions, more on watching of the thoughts, more on like contemplating with yourself. So this is the technique belong to the feminine quality. So if you belong to this category, you use this technique. So we called it passive meditations. So use this passive meditation, and this meditation will give you benefits. So don't choose the other meditation. So if you feel that you have the masculine quality, you want to control, you have this energy, you have this fire inside, you do the active practices, you do the yoga, you do the physical practice, you practice the asana, you practice the mudra, you practice all this kind of kiryas, hatha yoga kiryas, you practice this masculine things, masculine practices, and maybe you are in the neutral state. So for the neutral state, you don't need the any technique, you need just the knowledge, that's the wisdom. You are listening to some talk, you are listening to some gurus, and you suddenly got this insight from inside. You don't need to practice something. You know because you are in the state of balance. You are not the feminine, you are not the masculine, you are in the balanced state. So for you, it's complete the path of the knowledge. So if you look at the yoga, so yoga is divided into 4 different parts, not parts, the 4 different ways you can say. The bhakti yoga, the yoga of devotion, the karma yoga, the yoga of action, the surrender, when you are surrendering to any action, then the jnana yoga, the yoga of knowledge, and then the raj yoga, the yoga of willpower. So these 4 different yogas are different upon the different person. So if you have more feminine quality, you choose the bhakti yoga, where you are singing, where you are practicing the devotions, meditations related to the love, kindness, all these things. You are developing this feminine quality more in you. Okay, so this is the bhakti yoga, the yoga of devotion, and also the karma yoga, when you are doing something, you are surrendering to the things. So this belong to the feminine quality also. Sometimes it belong to the masculine, but mostly it come to the feminine. So you can practice the bhakti yoga, the karma yoga, the yoga of surrender, and the yoga of the action and the surrender. So karma yoga. And if you have this will to control, you have the fire, you have the energy to control, you want to change this entire world, you have something to do in your life, some very higher purpose, so do the Raj Yoga practice. Raj Yoga means Patanjali Yoga, where you are controlling your things, where you are using the asana, pranayam, mudra, bandh, where you are using all these 8 limbs, you are using the Hatha Yoga, you are more into the physical practice. So this belong to the Raj Yoga practice, the third, the masculine quality. And if you are in the balanced state, you are using the yoga of knowledge. Yoga of knowledge you are using, where you are just contemplating, maybe you are just using this Sarvan, Manan and Nididhyasana, listening to someone and then contemplating it, and then you are finding the realization that this is not belong to me, that is not belong to me. Neither I have to go towards the desires, neither I have to go towards my feeling, or neither I have to control them. So you have this knowledge. If you are in the middle path, if you are in the not a masculine quality, not a feminine quality, you are in the balanced state. So this is called the, so Raj Yoga belong to the masculine, the Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga mostly belong to the feminine quality, and this the Karma Yoga belong to the feminine, and the Yoga of wisdom, the Yoga of knowledge, this yoga is belong to the neutral person. So the 3 kind of personality we have, and 3 kind of different major techniques we have. So you can choose the technique according to yourself. Okay, so this whole the ideas of the techniques, which technique you apply in your life. So try to first understand yourself, that which quality I have more. Maybe I have more dominant in the feminine quality inside, or maybe I have more masculine quality. So it depends upon your individual self. So listen to yourself first, just ask yourself, just try to understand yourself in your day-to-day life, like which category you belong, the masculine, feminine, or you are completely in the balance into the neutral. So choose the path, choose the technique according to them. Okay, so technique belong to the love, to the silent practicing, to more watching the thoughts, watching the feeling, watching the emotions, belong to the feminine, doing the more active practices, hatha yoga, kundalini yoga, all this belong to the masculine quality. And then the completely wisdom, completely knowledge, the path of the jnana yoga belong to the neutral person, which is balanced, which is neither to this side nor to that side. So I hope you understand your particular meditation technique. So again, there is the many technique in the feminine, many technique in the masculine. So choose any technique and then just develop yourself, just go towards them, and just you will feel that you will feel connected to one technique. So practicing it and then practicing it and then practicing it, all about practicing, all about bringing your awareness back inside you. So if you are feminine, masculine, you always have to bring your awareness back. So from the external world, you are bringing your awareness back into yourself and reaching to the peak of the mountain where there is the state of no mind, where there is complete silence, the complete balance, the complete harmony. So enjoy the techniques, don't be rigid to the technique, just explore the things and you will find your own way. So keep practicing, keep exploring, and if you have any question, any doubt, anything, please always ask me, please always ask, please always give me feedback, and please always tell me like which topic I have to make videos. So according to my understanding, according to my practice, I will give you something which I know, which I have,